Hello gentlemen, investors and traders. Information and Analytical Service is in touch with you Guru.Markets. Thank you very much for helping us. Help forms can be found in the description of this video. Dear viewer, please give me your royal like. Your like is essential to spread the project Guru.Markets. Now we will look at the current fundamental indicators of the corporation Kingsway Financial Services Inc., ticker KFS. This review was created based on information as of May 19, 2024. By classification Guru.Markets company Kingsway Financial Services Inc. belongs to the subcategory Outsource business. 37 companies take part in the comparison. This is very representative. We start with summary data about the company. A little further we will consider each indicator in more detail. If you want, you can pause the video. We invite you to study each indicator of the corporation under study more carefully. Access to the table with the structure of company tickers is free and open. Thank you very much for your repost, as well as various other help. It all helps a lot in further work. Well, we're finally starting. Market capitalization of the organization Kingsway Financial Services Inc. valued at $0.22 billion. Market capitalization of the subcategory is $436 billion. Kingsway Financial Services Inc. accounts for a share of 0.051%. This is one of the very small companies in the subcategory. The company's balance sheet capitalization is $0.02 billion. And the balance sheet capitalization of the subcategory is $70 billion. Kingsway Financial Services Inc. constitutes a share of 0.031%. Having made a comparison of the occupied shares of market and book value, we see the following. Occupied share Kingsway Financial Services Inc. in a subcategory in the case of assessing market value is 0.051%. The balance sheet capitalization is 0.031%. This is 39% less than the share of market capitalization. Assessment of the company's share of market and balance sheet capitalization of the subcategory. Bad, -1 point. Total company assessment Kingsway Financial Services Inc. will be demonstrated at the end of the video. Please watch the logic of the analysis to the end. The analyzed organization's debt obligations amount to $0.045 billion. Financial liabilities to book capitalization amount to 225% of the company's capital. Rating for the company's debt level, very bad, -2 points. The ratio of a company's stock market value to its profit corresponds to 0. With an average for the subcategory of 30.8, which is significantly worse than the average for the subcategory. Assessment of stock market value to earnings ratios in comparison with subcategory companies. Very bad, -2 points. Profit for the last 12 months was -$4 million. Future earnings for the next 12 months are unknown, which is extremely bad for the company's prospects. An assessment of the projected future profit indicator in comparison within the subcategory. Bad, -1 point. The company's price-to-revenue balance is 2. The subcategory average of 2.3 is 13% lower than the subcategory average. Assessment of the company's stock market value to revenue in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. Revenue for the last 12 months was $110 million. Forward revenue for the next 12 months is unknown, which is extremely bad for the company's prospects. An assessment of the projected future sales indicator in comparison with the indicators in the subcategory. Bad, -1 point. If you are interested in such analytics, then I kindly ask you to subscribe to the channel and click on the bell. The margin is -4%, with an average in the subcategory of 7.4%. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 11.5%. Profitability assessment in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Tolerable, -0.5 points. The company's share by number of personnel by subcategory is 0.024%. This is 113% less than the share of market capitalization. This shows the discrepancy between the current stock market value of the company Kingsway Financial Services Inc., probably towards revaluation. The amount of capital per company employee is $559,000, whereas in the subcategory $260,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 115%. Estimation of the company's market capital per employee in comparison with the indicators in the subcategory. Tolerable, 0 points. The amount of profit per individual employee of the company is $0,000, with an average for the subcategory of $8,400. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 100%. Estimation of profit per employee in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Tolerable, -0.5 points. The share of revenue for each company employee is $273,000. By subcategory $114,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 139%. Estimation of the share of revenue per individual employee of the company in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Tolerable, -0.5 points. The volume of sales transactions corresponds to 1.9%, with an average for the subcategory of 2.3%. This is the valuation of a short squeeze. Technical indicator RSI, 14, shows a level of 35% for the company Kingsway Financial Services Inc. While in the subcategory the RSI level, 14, is approximately 54%. On average, securities of the subcategory are valued higher than those of Kingsway Financial Services Inc. Comparing the price movement of a company's shares Kingsway Financial Services Inc. and subcategory shares. We see that over the last 12 months stocks Kingsway Financial Services Inc. showed a dynamics of -6.3%. Against price dynamics in the subcategory -1.6%. This does not clearly indicate anything, but this fact must be taken into account. Before announcing the total score, please kindly ask. Make your assessment of the company Kingsway Financial Services Inc. in the comments to this review. We read every comment and try very hard to respond to every response in the comments. Your comments greatly help the development of the channel Guru.Markets. The result is as follows. -8 out of 10 points. The average for the subcategory is 1.4 points. If you look very broadly, within the entire stock market in aggregate, we see that the average score for the entire US stock market in total is 0.3 points. against a score of -8 points for the company Kingsway Financial Services Inc. Let's look at the table of orders that is available to you. The link is in the pinned comment. The order table contains all previously made decisions by the stock valuation information system Guru.Markets. Access to the order table is free and open. Link in pinned comment. Based on stock analysis Kingsway Financial Services Inc. Guru.Markets. Open a deal because Kingsway Financial Services Inc. This is one of the most overvalued companies in the subcategory. Thank you all so much for watching this video and using the help system from Guru.Markets. You all really are the coolest audience in the whole world.